Wait, hold on. I just realized that these are not even the same colored Crocs. What in the world? This is like purple. This is like pink. Oh no, 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 no. But you know what I gotta say to that? That's some quality. You know, that's some fashion right there. What do you know about them blue pants and pink chancletas? Or the blue pants and the purple chancletas? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's some stylish stuff right there, baby. Woo! Okay, I'm getting off track here. What's up, lords and ladies? Welcome back to another video on this channel. So in today's video, I'll be giving you guys a couple of tips on what to do when your bearded dragon is in shed. Now on Instagram, by the way, if you don't follow me on Instagram, are you even human? Like, man, like you should be following me on Instagram instantly. That's what Instagram is for. But basically on Instagram I always post, you know, about my bearded dragons, and I posted these clips of my bearded dragon, you know, basically in shed, as well as this one giving it a bath, also in shed. And since I posted those videos on Instagram, I've been getting messages on if I could make a video on a couple of tips on what to do when your bearded dragon's in shed. So in this video, I'll be kind of highlighting the things that I do. Some of you guys might not even own bearded dragons, but this is just more information. Some of you guys already know what to do because you're smart. You've been experienced with keeping reptiles. Orale, homie. Like, I'm proud of you, man. Like, how many years have... Put in the comment section down below how many years you guys have been keeping reptiles, because I'm always amazed by, you know, how many people actually keep reptiles, and then you guys have been doing this for so long. It's pretty cool. But enough of me rambling. Let's get started with this video. But before we go, I already did a little tiny zoom in, but we gotta zoom in, you know, because, man, you know, I washed my hair the other day and I'm like, God damn, I've been looking good today. But with that being said, let's get started with this video. Let's go. Okay, so as you can see, BB is over here looking a little bit different. She's looking at me like, what you talking about? But as you can see, her head is completely in shed. And you know, this is something that happens to... She's like, don't talk about me. Baby, I need to do this video, man. I'm sorry, girl, but I need to do it. But basically, this happens, you know, to adult bearded dragons a lot. You know, baby bearded dragons will also tend to do something like this, but they mostly shed all throughout their whole entire body. But I noticed that adult bearded dragons, they have like spots that they shed. Right now, she has this whole entire area on her head that she's about to shed, as well as only this one arm. Like, everything else is not in shed, it's just her head and this one little tiny arm. So it's definitely something weird, but it does happen. And for BB, this is something that has been occurring a lot. You know, she always sheds randomly, but this doesn't mean that, you know, it's anything crazy. Now, I'm not gonna lie, BB is starting to look like a Pokemon. Like, look at her face and everything. Like, she is definitely like on a different level. She's getting ready for Halloween and everything. But basically what I would do in a situation like this is actually just let her be. As you can see, she's not liking the fact that I'm kind of talking and making this video. Her beard is going black. But when bearded dragons go into shed, they tend to be a little bit more irritated. You know, they might be a little bit more fussy, as well as maybe not want to eat. But oftentimes, you know, the shed will come off on its own. What you could do is, of course, go in there and try to massage it off, like areas like the eye, the nostril as well. As you could see, she kind of took it off herself, but there usually is something in there that you have to take it out. I'm gonna see if my other bearded dragons have it and demonstrate how you could properly take it out with tweezers. But as you can see, she is right now like still in shed. This little tiny thing is coming off. Now, like I said, BB more or less did it already on her own, where she got rid of the shed that is usually around her eyes and her nostrils. If it was anywhere else, I would tend to take her a bath. I'll probably do that in a bit, just to help her out shed a little bit more. But this is basically what BB looks like when she's in shed. It's super cute. Whoa, calm down, little girl. Calm down. Oh my goodness. Okay, so right here we have my girl Luna. Now oh my gosh, she is not happy. But she's also going into a bit of a shed. As you can see, her mouth is sort of a different color compared to her skin. She is a like whitish type of bearded dragon, and she's not happy. Oh girl, what are you gonna do? You gonna try to bite me? Like what? I feed you hornworms, girl. Calm down, girl. Like she's like, oh. Now, usually what I tend to do when a situation happens is I get tweezers and I try to take it out. But in this case, you know, she is still not fully, you know, done shedding. But you could kind of see the discoloration, like right about her beard, like right about here. It's a different color compared to the rest of her beard. So that's just a few indications that she's going into shed, as well as, you know, she might be acting a little bit mean, like as you just saw. But there's so many ways that you could identify it. But this thing right here is what usually gets stuck in their nostrils. As you can see, that right there would be where the nostril is, and all of that is basically inside of the nose. So as simple as it is, once it's ready to come off, you could either pull it out or let the bearded dragon take it off. But sometimes what happens is that that circle part that you see right here breaks off, and all that's left is that piece right about there, stuck inside of the nose. And you sometimes could hear them almost whistling out of their nose. It sounds really weird, but you know, if you don't take it out on time, or they take it off and it breaks off unevenly, you could still have a little piece in there lodged inside, and it will basically sound like they're whistling from their nose. The first time I ever heard it, I freaked out because I thought my bearded dragon was sick. But afterwards, I came to the conclusion that it was basically a piece of shed stuck inside of the nose. But this happens to a lot of reptiles. Not only just bearded dragons, but since I own quite a few of bearded dragons, I tend to see this often. So I do try to take it out when it's ready to come off, and you usually could tell when it's ready to come off because it's basically already falling off, and you just gently, just to basically demonstrate with my fingers, this right here would be the nostril, and you just gently, you know, take it off because it'll be already kind of flimsy like this, and you could just like pull it out and boom. That right there is basically how you would do it, except your bearded dragon will probably be like moving and not liking it as much. So this is something pretty cool. Not many people even see this. Sometimes it comes off on its own, but you definitely need to become aware of this. Otherwise, it's gonna get stuck in the nose and it's gonna make it hard for your bearded dragon to breathe. Okay, so right now we have BB right here, and we're gonna take her a bath to help her out with that shed that she has on her head. Even though it should come off on her own, it's still gonna soften it up a bit so it's less annoying and she feels a little bit more comfortable basically taking it off. And some of it might come off as well when I take her a bath. You know, I have some warm water here, but I often get asked how warm do I keep the water. So right now the room in here is about, it's actually pretty cold. I don't know if it's just the countertop. It probably just is the countertop. But we have, oh my god, my washroom is freezing. But basically, you know, right now it is like winter, so it is a little bit colder here, which is not too bad. Around 70, you know, Fahrenheit, my room or this washroom is sitting at, and the water is about 90, 93, which it's a little bit warmer. You know, it's like pretty warm, but it's not too hot. Like this is like pretty comfortable. So that's usually what I would keep it at, like 88, 90. Nothing too hot and nothing too cold is the way to go with this. Okay, so we're gonna quickly put her in the water. And as you can see, she's completely stiff as a board. But usually this is the time where she would like actually drink water. So let's see if we could get her to, oh yeah, she's like, oh yeah, that's what I want. That's exactly what I want. And usually this is around the time where I'll do an Instagram post, but it's pretty cool that you know, she's shedding on her head, but you can already see some of the shed coming off, like right there. Like it's slowly, yeah, that's like coming off. So from a couple quick baths, it should just easily fall off. You never want to peel it off, you know, even though like sometimes you can and it won't hurt them, even though like it technically won't hurt them, but you don't want to do it on something that is stuck on. You kind of just want to help them by taking them a bath and letting it come off on its own, and she is just drinking away. Holy. So most of it has already softened up. As you could see, some of it could easily be peeled off, like this little tiny spike. I could easily peel it off. But what you normally want to do is at this point, put them back inside of the enclosure and let it just come off on its own. As long as it's not around the eyes or in the nostrils, you shouldn't be messing around with the shed too much. It is just gonna annoy them. She's right now getting annoyed. But you don't want to mess with it too much and irritate them too much. So definitely give them their own space. Maybe from time to time go in there and kind of just like help them out by scratching it, or giving them something that they could scratch their face on, but of course not hurt themselves. So if you do have rocks in there, they normally like easily come off. But give them a bath for about 10 to 15 minutes in a nice warm bath. She's been in here for about 15 minutes and the water is still sitting at 87. So it's pretty good and consistent, especially this room being a little bit cooler than the other rooms. So, you know, this shed is coming off like right now. Come on, girl. Okay, so BB right now is like passing out because of her little tiny bath, but I would go through every single dragon and do this at least once a week for the adults and every other day for the babies, especially because the babies need to stay nicely hydrated. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, hit that post notification bell button so you guys get notified when I post videos, as well as if you haven't subscribed, are you even human? Like, man, you have no feelings. Like, I be putting videos, you be watching it up to the end and you're not even gonna subscribe, man. And if you made it this far, right, put in the comment section down below a W. That way I know that you guys made it this far. If you guys did, I'll probably like start liking it and it'll be our little tiny secret. But put in the comment sections down below a W and I'll comment. Maybe I'll even follow some of you guys. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'm Lord Elion. Keep the blood pumping and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace. You gotta hit that notification, hit that notification, hit that notification button, baby. You gotta hit that notification, hit that notification, hit that